Remember how when we were kids, days used to last forever? We would wake up, get ready, go to school, learn and fool around, come home and still have a whole day of things to do. Maybe we watch TV, play outside, ride bikes, chase the ice cream truck. I can't lie, it was pretty great. Oftentimes, we can't help giving into nostalgia. The thing that made us happy back then still makes us happy now. We don't have the time for them. Trust me, I get it. My name is Tony. I'm a VUI designer, a gamer, a father, and more recently, a One Piece and Pokemon TCG collector. Welcome to my channel, Gear 5 Pulls. Growing up in the suburbs, like many 90s kids, I fell in love with video games and cartoons. Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, Digimon, and One Piece were a ritual experience by the time I was 10. It was around this age that I started collecting Pokemon cards. My first binder was given to me by an older cousin. Needless to say, every birthday, every Christmas, and any bit of money that came my way was used to fund my childhood collection. I was a huge fan of the Pokemon TCG. However, as cliche as it sounds, and especially not knowing how much this industry would blow up in the future, my collection was lost. To be honest, I don't remember what happened to it. Maybe I gave it away, or maybe it's in a box in a storage somewhere. Who knows? But now, after settling down, having kids, and a little bit of extra adult money, I decided to finally get back into something I liked when I was a kid. One more thing you need to know about me. I love One Piece. I believe it to be one of the greatest fictional epics to exist, period. When I heard a brand new One Piece TCG was in development, I jumped with excitement. In my mind, I felt like this was my chance to start over, invest, hold, and one day profit big. But I needed a plan. Pokemon was and is still the TCG king in my opinion. So if I wanted my investment portfolio to grow a lot, I needed to include it and stay up to date with their new releases, which isn't that hard since the new stuff is really cool looking and the community is so nice. So One Piece, Pokemon, and why not, any other card game with value we can get our hands on. I'm looking at you, Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering collection. And since this community is so awesome, I figured I would show my journey so you all can be a part of it. That brings us to here, the channel, the hopes and dreams, the vision. The goal of the channel is to build an investment collector portfolio filled with the heaviest of hits and the rarest of cards out there. How, you might ask? For this, there are three main things we want to do. Open packs in search for ultra rare cards, get our cards graded in hopes of increasing their value a lot, and go to TCG related events and purchase, trade, or sell cards to increase our portfolio value. One thing to consider, I know that having sealed products is a safe way to invest and grow your portfolio. To me, that would be boring. So while I may consider keeping some products sealed, it will mainly be for the purpose of trading at events for graded cards of high value. Now, while researching for this channel, I noticed that everyone uses the term chase card to signify a high value card or hit to represent anything less than that but more than bulk. So I figured I'd come out with my own ranking system based on Monkey D. Luffy's now iconic transformations. It goes something like this. A Gear 3 pull is a card of less than $100 of value after PSA grading, not including bulk. A Gear 4 pull is a card of $100 to $500 after grading. And a Gear 5 pull is a card of $500 or more after grading. I know that this system isn't perfect yet, so based on how the TCG market progresses and any feedback I receive from you all, I'll make changes to the system accordingly. But no worries, I plan on updating you all throughout the process. Lastly, I want to keep track of our ups and downs so that I can have a better visual of what the collection is worth. For this, I want to use the Collector app. Please sponsor us. I like the app's ease of use, look, and style, and it makes my collection feel more like the investment portfolio I want it to be. So with all that being said, if you're interested in fun and following along in our journey to build a heavy hitter portfolio, please like and subscribe. This is my first channel, and I know there's so much for me to learn, but I'm excited to start knowing what a wonderful community this is. Thank you.